Hello guys, Dr. Richard Ben here. So, what if the healthy breakfast you trust every single morning is the exact reason your blood sugar refuses to drop? And what if fixing this one mistake could start changing your numbers in just 24 hours? Did you know that the breakfast you've believed for years is healthy could be the exact reason your blood sugar isn't going down? I'm not talking about anything exotic or complicated. I'm talking about that simple, humble food you have in your refrigerator right now, which, when used incorrectly, can send your blood sugar soaring, but when used properly, can become one of your most powerful allies in controlling it. Today, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know about eggs and diabetes, because there's a huge truth no one has told you, and it's affecting your numbers every single morning without you even realizing it. I know exactly how you feel. You take care of yourself. You try to eat well. You follow the advice you were given, but your numbers stay stubborn, refusing to go down the way you want. And that is frustrating, exhausting. It makes you feel like your body simply isn't responding no matter what you do. But what I'm about to show you today can completely change that story, because the problem is often not your body, it's the information you were given. And wrong information causes silent damage every single day. As you know, I'm Dr. Richard Ben, and if you want to receive tips like these every week, subscribe to this channel right now and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. What I share here is designed for you, so you can make smarter decisions about your health with real, up-to-date information. Subscribe now. It only takes 2 seconds. And stay until the end, because what's coming next could literally change your numbers starting tomorrow. There's something I need to explain before we talk about eggs, because without understanding this first, nothing else will make sense. When you have diabetes, your body has difficulty processing carbohydrates. You already know that. But what you may not have been told is that not all foods affect your blood sugar in the same way. There are foods that not only don't raise your sugar, but also help reduce the impact of other foods you eat. Protein is one of those hidden allies. When you eat high-quality protein along with carbohydrates, something fascinating happens inside your body. Protein acts like a natural brake, slowing down the rate at which sugar from those carbohydrates enters your bloodstream. Instead of a sudden spike that leaves your blood sugar at 200 an hour later, what you get is a slower, more controlled release that your body can handle with less stress. And eggs are one of the most complete and accessible sources of protein that exist. 2 whole eggs give you approximately 12 grams of high-quality protein, with all the amino acids your body needs and cannot produce on its own. And the glycemic index of eggs is 0. Absolutely 0. Eggs by themselves do not raise your blood sugar even a single point, but when combined correctly, they can help prevent everything else you eat from spiking it as much. And here's what no one tells you, and what I find truly revealing. Many people with diabetes avoid eggs because they fear cholesterol. They spend months or even years not eating them, thinking they're doing themselves a favor. Meanwhile, their blood sugar stays high, their energy remains low, and sometimes their cholesterol even gets worse. Why? Because what they replaced eggs with at breakfast wasn't something better, it was something worse. It was bread, instant oatmeal, fruit juice, boxed cereal. All simple carbohydrates that quickly turn into sugar, with nothing to slow them down because there's no protein accompanying them. And that's exactly what happened to one of my most memorable patients. I remember her perfectly. Daniel Emily came to my office about 10 months ago. She was 64 years old. She had been living with type 2 diabetes for 8 years, and she walked in carrying a folder full of lab results she had been collecting over the years. She sat down in front of me, and before I could say a single word, she began to cry softly. Not out of desperation, but with that deep exhaustion of someone who has been fighting for a long time and no longer knows what else to do. "Dr. Ben," she said, wiping her eyes, "I've done everything they told me. I stopped eating eggs almost 2 years ago because my previous doctor said cholesterol was dangerous for my heart. I changed my breakfast. I eat oatmeal every day with fruit and natural juice because I was told it was the healthiest option. I take my medications without missing a single dose. I walk 3 times a week, and yet my fasting blood sugar is still between 155 and 175 every morning. My A1C is 8.2%, and my cholesterol didn't go down. It went up. I'm doing everything right and nothing works. When she described her breakfast in detail, I understood everything immediately. Instant oatmeal with honey and a ripe banana, plus a glass of fresh orange juice. That breakfast, although it sounds healthy, was actually a massive load of rapidly absorbed carbohydrates, with virtually no protein to slow them down. Her blood sugar was spiking to 210 or 220 every morning, just half an hour after breakfast. And because there was no protein to keep her satisfied, by 10 a.m. she was already hungry again and looking for something to snack on. Her body never had a moment of calm. It never gave her pancreas a break, because her blood sugar kept going up, down, like an endless roller coaster throughout the day. I carefully explained to her what the most recent science says about eggs and cholesterol, because the information she had received was outdated and causing her real harm. Scientific research in recent years has consistently shown that for most people, the cholesterol you eat in foods is not the main driver of cholesterol levels in your blood. Your liver produces cholesterol independently, and what affects it the most is not eggs, but refined sugars and trans fats. In fact, studies published in reputable medical journals have observed that eating whole eggs can improve your cholesterol profile. It can help raise HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol that protects your heart, and it can shift LDL particles from a small, dense form, which is more harmful, to a larger, more buoyant form, which is far less dangerous. I proposed a very simple change. Nothing radical, nothing complicated. Just replacing that breakfast that was spiking her blood sugar every morning with one built around real protein. I explained how to prepare eggs properly, what to combine them with, and how many to eat. 2 weeks later, she called me with a completely different tone of voice from that first visit. Dr. Ben, my blood sugar after breakfast is 140, not 210, 140. I can't believe it. I tested it 3 days in a row just to be sure. After 1 month, her fasting blood sugar had dropped from 165 to 142. After 3 months, her A1C went from 8.2% down to 7.5%. Her LDL cholesterol, which had worried her so much, also went down. And she told me something that truly touched me. Doctor, for the first time in years, I wake up looking forward to breakfast because I know what I'm going to eat will help me, not punish me 2 hours later. But wait, because what comes next is the practical part, and it's exactly what you need to know so you can experience this too. The first thing I want you to understand about how many eggs you can eat is to let go of that fear you might still have. For most people with diabetes who do not have severe kidney conditions or other specific contraindications, eating 2 to 3 whole eggs per day is completely safe and, in fact, beneficial. I say whole eggs because the yolk matters a lot. For decades, we were taught to throw away the yolk and keep only the whites. That advice was based on information that modern science has now thoroughly re-examined. The yolk is where most of the egg's nutrients are found. It contains choline, which is essential for fat metabolism in your liver. And when you have diabetes, your liver needs all the support it can get. It also contains vitamin D, which, according to multiple studies, can help improve insulin sensitivity at the cellular level, meaning your cells respond better to the insulin your pancreas produces. It contains lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 compounds that protect your eyes from the damage that chronically high blood sugar can cause. And if there's one thing a person with diabetes needs to protect, it's their eyes. It also contains B-complex vitamins that support the function of the nervous system, helping to prevent that tingling in the hands and feet that so many people with diabetes begin to feel over time. Do not throw away the yolk. Eat the whole egg. The benefits are inside it. And here is what is truly important and powerful, the thing that changes everything. It's not just how many eggs you eat, it's how you prepare them. You can have the best food in the world and completely destroy its benefits if you prepare it the wrong way. And unfortunately, the way most people prepare eggs is exactly what does the most harm to their numbers. Frying them in large amounts of oil or butter and pairing them with white toast or flour tortillas is a combination that can drive your blood sugar up to 200 with alarming consistency. Not because the egg is bad, but because what you add around it is a mix of saturated fat and refined carbohydrates that temporarily block your insulin while simultaneously spiking your glucose. The right way to prepare eggs is much simpler than you might think. Scrambled eggs in a nonstick pan without a single drop of oil are perfect. Eggs contain enough natural fat